Welcome to a special podcast of the Career Pathways show. As you can see, we are now in our interim studio, and we're going to do a quick Thanksgiving filming. As always, the team, it's myself, Pat Lynch,
Gavin Brunson.
And I'm Jason Nichols, producer Jason.
Producer Jason, as always, behind the keyboard, making the magic happen. And so, first, what I wanted to ask, like you guys, is thoughts, learnings. We've kind of started this thing, about 3 months ago, and kind of what have you learned, in the process?
I've learned that podcasting wasn't as easy as I used to do it. When I started doing my podcast way back in the day, I did everything through Streamlabs and I did everything on a computer. But when you actually want to take that step to make it professional, it is so much different than just plugging a mic into your computer, opening up Discord and just saying, hey, we're going to just start talking about whatever we want. Now, once you get cameras involved, and we even had troubles just before this trying to shoot this because we had everything. We're still learning. It's just a big learning process. Right. It's kind of almost fun in a way because it's just like learning new things and learning how to be, better at your job, kind of what you're doing. That's what I've kind of learned.
Gavin.
So that was perfect. Jason, producer Jason. And I like to piggyback off of that. Like, I don't know who said it, what Disney character said it. I think it's off Pinocchio. But he said, you never get too old to learn. And not in the sense of troubleshooting and figuring out how this equipment works, but in the sense that, like, every person that we've interviewed had a podcast with, whether I like the subject or I don't, I found something that's really opened my eyes and made me say, hey, this is pretty cool. Like, I can see myself doing this. Or I can see myself, like, paddling my feet in it. So that's all I gained from it.
All right. Well, first, I'm really glad that we have a video now because we all get to rejoice in Gavin's hair color. Now, Gavin, what color is that? I'm thinking seafoam green, but I'm sure I'm not quite in the zip code.
So the story behind it was I initially was trying to go purple. I wanted to go purple. However, the purple ran away from me and it slowly faded to blue.
Okay.
Now the blue seems not to like me and it's fading to a green. It's a tealish green now.
Yeah.
And by the end of the year, maybe my New Year's resolution would be to dye it a different color.
All right. Well, what was the purpose in dyeing it in the first place?
So I was sort of peer pressured into doing it, which is not a good thing by any means, not a good thing. But the fraternity on campus, Tau Kappa Epsilon, Teak, shout out. We had a fundraiser for St. Jude. That's our philanthropy partner. And it was shave your head for St. Jude. And if you raise a certain amount of money, you either shaved your head or dyed it, which was the two options. I thought I was big and bad. I was like, hey, I'm going to set my limit here. No one's going to get it, and I'll do both just to show everybody up. And they hit it the first day. So I ended up having to shave it and get it dyed.
Oh, man. Well, I know I've avoided that. I've avoided the chili pepper eating. That just sounds like one massive gastric stress to me. And then I saw the thing at halftime at the Saturday about getting a pie thrown in your face for charity. So it's like, I don't know. I'm seeing a common theme that it's there to embarrass faculty and staff. But that's just me. Lessons from our podcast so far. One is that, and none of you ever saw it in the listening audience, but it always helps when you press record. We had a couple really good interviews and then found out that none of them were in the can. And so we had to kind of go back and start. And those are those lessons you learn and then you move on. The other thing is that professionals always make something look easy because they're professionals. And our goal is to make this a truly first-rate professional podcast. And so in the process, you learn all the things that just you don't see some of it, and it's behind the scenes, and then you find out, okay, that how essential it is getting it done. And then some of it is just the work you have to put in to do a good show. First and foremost is that we've had some amazing guests, and you really have to focus on carrying on an interesting conversation. So that, you just don't walk in and wing it and just say, hey, how you doing? And just hope the magic happens. We all have been putting in questions. We think about what it is that we're trying to have each of the people highlight. And so far, of all the things that have been accomplished so far, I think the conversations have been really good. Pat myself on the back, no pun intended, but no, I really that it's one that the whole goal of this podcast was to allow our faculty to bring in outside people and talk about just what it is that they teach, why it's so interesting. If you want to major in it, what you can get out of being a major, all the different career opportunities that come out of all of that, and so with that as the accomplishment from day one, I think that we definitely have gotten there, and I'm looking forward to some really good podcasts in the upcoming future. We got a lot more faculty, some staff, some people that from the outside that we're also looking at bringing in.
I just want to clarify for everybody who's watching. I'm looking directly at you. I just want to clarify that what Pat said about pressing the record button. Okay, when we produced those episodes, I did press the record button. I just want to make that very clear. It wasn't just like I didn't press record.
No names were given in this. No fingers pointed.
I don't know. I still don't know why, because that computer, we haven't had an issue like it since, but other than it being really slow. So that probably was the issue. Is I think what probably happened is it just wasn't getting saved. So I think probably what was happening is we were getting done with the episode. We'd record the next episode and we wouldn't give the software, because the hard drive is so old, was still trying to write that data. And so we're just overlapping it again with the new episode. And then we'd close the software and it wouldn't be done writing it. And it would just be like, oh, no file, you're done. No, nothing. And it was like, where was it going? It was just like the files were it was just not writing the data. I don't know.
So there you have it. Now that Jayson has put it on the official record.
Yeah, so I put it on the official record. It wasn't just like
computer mishap.
I didn't press record or anything like that.
And Thanksgiving, kind of what? Well, for two things. What are you guys thankful for? And and what do you plan on doing during Thanksgiving? How about you, Gavin?
Man, I'm it's corny, it's cliche. I'm just thankful to be here. Like, I'm thankful to have all the opportunities that I've been able to have, all the experiences, all the people, all the times me messing up, oversleeping. I'm always thankful for all of that.
I honestly, I'm very thankful that I'm actually getting to do a podcast where A, I'm making money, and B, it's professional. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do a podcast, like an actual sit down with people podcast. I've always done it over the computer. So to actually get to do a podcast like this is one thing I'm thankful for. I'm also very thankful for Lion, because like the fact that I get to be here and I get, like, you wouldn't believe it, but actually I wasn't the best student in high school, and I still get like decent scholarships from Lion, which was something that was really nice, because now instead of having to pay $20,000 for in-state tuition, I'm paying $5,000 for out-of-state tuition. And it's like, that's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to pay less for in-state tuition in Minnesota, but like, yeah, I'm very thankful that Lion has given me the opportunity to just be here in general too, because I wouldn't be able to be here if it wasn't for them. So awesome. I'm thankful for that.
Bunch of things that I'm thankful for. One is just becoming friends with both you guys, getting a chance for the three of us to work together. yeah, it's technically work, but I look forward to every minute.
It doesn't feel like work at all.
And it's and I think and that enjoyment shows. Also, I'm coming up on 2 years here at Lion, and I'm just very thankful for everybody here that gave me the opportunity to come here. I had a business career for a long time before coming here, and made that career pivot very late in life, and just said, I want something different. I want to do something better. And I always had a goal to be on a college campus doing what I'm doing. And it's just like a dream come true. And so, thank everybody, Kurt Grafton, Melissa Tavener for believing in me, hiring me, and giving me this chance to be in the illustrious KILT radio studio with these two guys, making podcasts, helping with career services, teaching marketing, doing all the things that we do here at Lion. So it's been a good thing. Anything, guys, before we wrap up, because this is going to be an abbreviated Thanksgiving podcast?
No, because that camera is about 1 minute away from dying, so I think we'll have to call it here.
All right. Gavin, all right, Gavin. All right. Well, thank you all, and please continue to listen to our Career Pathways podcast. Where can we find our Career Pathways podcast?
You can find the podcast almost every single place that you can get a podcast, except for Pandora. For some reason, we still cannot get Pandora, and I've stopped trying. I'm not even going to try, because every single time I make the Career Pathways account and I try to request to get it on there, they just go, we do not feel your podcast. Okay, screw you then. We don't need it.
Wonderful. All right. With that, we'll wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. Be around family, friends, loved ones. And we'll catch up with you next week. Thanks a lot.
Ciao.
Professor Jayson had to, blame it on the technology that lost so many recordings.
And no names were mentioned.
I wanted to make it clear that I had that.
Yeah. Oh, that's too good.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Lion College and also sponsored in part by KILT Radio.